This video is brought to you by the Washington Stormwater Center with support from the Boeing Corporation, the Washington State Department of Ecology, Washington State University, and Spectra Laboratories. In this video, we will show you how to sample stormwater for compliance with the Washington State Industrial Stormwater General Permit. We will show you what pollutants to sample for, contacting and discussing your needs with an accredited laboratory, gathering your sampling supplies and equipment, when and how often to sample, where to take a sample, how to sample at each type of discharge location, and what to do when you're done sampling. We'll start with what pollutants you need to sample for: turbidity or cloudiness of the water, pH, total zinc, and total copper concentrations. In addition, you must do a visual check for oil sheen. This is simply a yes or no and does not need to be analyzed by a lab. You may have additional pollutant types you need to sample for based on your industrial activities. Check the permit for those requirements. You'll need to contact a laboratory that is accredited by the Washington Department of Ecology. A list can be found on their website. Here's some things to discuss with the lab: type and size of collection bottle you will need for each sample, how full to fill each bottle, which bottles, if any, have acid preservative, safety concerns with any materials supplied by the lab, sample holding times or how long you have before the analysis must take place, and any forms you must fill out, such as the chain of custody. Make sure you have all your sampling supplies and equipment ready before your sampling event. This includes the bottles supplied by the lab, your cooler to hold samples on ice, disposable gloves such as nitrile, sampling notebook, preferably waterproof paper, pen, and pH paper. You may also want to consider rain gear and boots, and if needed, an extension pole for collecting water from a catch basin pipe. The Industrial Stormwater General Permit requires you to take a sample where stormwater from your industrial activities are discharged off-site. This could be from a pipe, such as a catch basin or outfall, an open ditch, or sheet flow. The samples must be taken where stormwater discharge is representative of all the pollution sources from industrial activities at your facility. These locations must be identified on your site map. For a more detailed description of this requirement, refer to your permit. Sampling must take place at least once per calendar quarter if there's a discharge of stormwater from your facility. Keep an eye on the forecast for your area to help you determine a good day to sample. Remember, you only have to sample during your business hours. Samples must be taken within 12 hours from the time the stormwater begins to discharge from your site. Let's take a look at how to sample at each type of discharge. Do not enter the catch basin or manhole. Be sure to wear clean gloves each time you take a sample. Be careful not to let the bottles touch the sides of the pipes. Take the sample from the pipe flowing from your facility, not from the basin itself, with the bottle facing upstream. Don't forget to take the pH of your stormwater while in the field. pH is a measure of how acidic or basic a substance is. This can be done with pH paper or a meter. Keep hands away from the bottle opening. Do not rinse or overfill sample bottles. Cap and label bottle with time and date, and place in cooler with ice. Record the result in your notebook. If your stormwater leaves your site through a ditch, you can sample there. Make sure the stormwater is only from your facility and does not mix with other stormwater from upstream. If the ditch is too shallow for the sample bottle, you can prepare a location by deepening it. Dig a depression deep enough for the bottle and line it with plastic. Make sure any sediment settles before you take your sample. Point the bottle upstream and fill to the desired level. If your facility doesn't have a concentrated flow of stormwater, such as a catch basin or outfall, you must take a sample of sheet flow where it leaves your site. In this case, the flow is too shallow for a bottle to be filled directly. Here's one way to take a sample of sheet flow. You'll need 2 small bags of sand, clean plastic sheeting, a quart-sized Ziploc bag, and a device to create a dam, such as a shovel handle or a 2x4. Place the plastic sheeting in the area where you will take the sample. Place the sandbags at an angle to each other, creating a funnel to concentrate the flow of stormwater. Don't forget to wear clean gloves. Using the Ziploc bag, collect the stormwater in the deepened area. Carefully pour the water into your sample bottle. Repeat as necessary to fill the container. Your sampling notebook should contain the date, time each sample was taken, and the weather conditions. In addition, note any irregularities at each site, such as strange odors, color of the water if out of the ordinary, or other abnormal conditions. When you finish sampling at all locations, take your samples to the lab. At the lab, you will fill out the chain of custody form to ensure that your samples are received in good condition. This form also informs the lab about what analyses you want to run. The lab will provide you with a copy for your records. The lab will contact you when your results are in. Now, reward yourself for a job well done.